You get off the
because
lift,
your
you have
gut
to wait
was in
10
the
My
way.
gut was in the way, and it was so uncomfortable.
Dude, you were on stage Tuesday night, and I was like, you're too jacked. You're too jacked to take your
You
shirt
look
off
great.
now.
You look great.
It's not
Thank you.
funny anymore.
It is. I can't. You know, there are people that really believe that.
Yeah.
There are people
I'm
that
sure
really
there
believe
are.
that. Oh, now that you lost
listen,
weight, you're not funny. You're like,
it's your
bitch.
freedom of you being you is you taking your shirt off.
But
It's
if you
your
was-
freedom of you
yeah.
being you, and now you no longer have a gut and you got jacked shoulders. You got traps and shit. It's like that's a celebration of still who you are.
Also, you're still
Yeah.
fatter than you were when you were the fat guy.
Yeah, I'm still
What?
fat. I'm still
Yeah.
fat.
He got so fat that he lost weight. Everyone's like, that's amazing. When he started playing the fat guy.
Playing the fat
Playing
guy.
He's
the
skinnier than
fat
this.
guy.
You mean when Tom started fat shaming me?
Yes.
When Tom was fatter than me and decided to start
I
fat shaming me.
naively thought that when we did the first challenge, which was the weight loss challenge that led to Sober October group,
Yeah.
I really thought like you'd like stay on that path. You got so
I didn't.
skinny.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
yeah.
You have to want to do it.
November
That's
1st.
true.
I tell you right now, Sober October was an interesting experiment, but I will tell you, having done like 3 months or whatever I did, that 1 month is and the big difference is I stopped drinking on planes because I wasn't not drinking on a plane because of you three assholes. Like I was not drinking because of you guys. And then when you're not drinking and you go, I'm not drinking for me, it's very fucking different. And then then I got really comfortable on planes and I was like, oh, I can get through this.
Why can't scientists
Fucking-
just make a booze that doesn't kill you?
Yeah.
Can't you fucking
You know
wizards
scientists.
out
Ask 'em.
there
There has to be.
There has to be.
make a booze that doesn't kill you?
So they say
There's
natural
gotta
wine is
be
better
a
for you?
way to if you can make synthetic marijuana and turn it into pills. There's gotta be a way to take whatever the fuck it is that alcohol does good,
Yeah.
that gives you that fun,
The sparkle.
carefree,
Sparkle, the buzz.
So
The
fun.
sparkle
smile,
is so fucking cool.
the
God,
buzz,
everything
smile,
feels right.
It's got to be.
boys.
It washes
Buzz,
over you.
smile.
The sun sets and the day goes away.
Oh,
And you're just
bro.
like in a good mood. You get that buzz. You ride it.
A
you
nice
ride
meal. Like how many times have we had meals on the road where we're having a couple of drinks, we're eating a
And
nice meal,
slowly goes
we're
up.
talking and we're laughing and we're
It's a
just
lubricant.
enjoying ourselves.
God damn.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's such a
The
fucking
post show.
tool.
The post show.
Dude, I was doing the Wilbur. I'll do it
greatest.
again this weekend. But she asked Bloomer Rush's daughter, like,
Did you say Ari Shafir's going to be at the Wilbur in Boston this weekend?
Thursday and Friday.
The legendary
shit.
Wilbur.
That's so funny. I thought you were in Cheyenne, Wyoming next week.
How many shows?
Oh, is that you?
Oh, I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
How many shows
and
you
then
did?
through Colorado.
3 shows. So two
shows in the
two
world.
Saturday, one Friday.
2 Friday, 1 Thursday.
Oh no! Oh shit!
You're not going to be in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock?
Nice.
What?
You're not going to be at the
Nice.
Atlantic City Hard Rock?
No, who's that? Wait, I saw.
Oh, no. I'm there in
That's you.
the
I
I
summer.
did that.
with-
I
I'm in
did
there
that
in
with
the
Joey.
summer.
I did it with Joey and Tony. It was fun.
Do you know what Joey told me? He goes,
What?
I'm coming. First of all, he goes, if I see you wearing those glasses, I'm going to fucking break them. And I go, what? I go, he calls me. Like, I'm in Hawaii. And I'm like, what? Like, Happy New Year. And he's like, you got to take those off. I go, I need them to see, though. I put them on to see.
No, cocksucker.
And he goes, it can't be those. And I go, why? He goes, are you fucking doing the news? And I go, no.
Doing the news. That's when people read in
How are
Joey's
you
life.
doing the news?
I go, well, dude, okay.
the news.
Am I allowed? I go, can I wear another pair of glasses that are approved?
And he
And
said-
he's like, he goes, yeah. He goes, but it can't be those. And I go, okay. And then he goes,
He takes his buddy Holly over here.
yeah. He goes, I'll see you in
No.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I go, where are you going to see me in 2 weeks? He goes, when you come to Jersey, when you're in Atlantic City. And I go, oh, great. He goes, I noticed. The last time you were in Jersey, you didn't give me a call. You were hanging out with your white friends. And I go. He goes, don't think I forgot. You're fucking Hispanic. You give me a call every time you come to Jersey. I go, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's the king of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Joey's open to a residency here.
in Austin.
Yeah,
you used to do that.
We're
once a
talking
month?
about doing it once a month. Joey will come down for like 3 days.
Great.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Joey and I should get a house together. I'm here for 3 days.
dude, he loosened up on the podcast. Like having a podcast with Joey, like you forget
great he
forget
is.
like what that dude is.
I don't.
What a special unicorn.
He really is.
I've said
He's the
this.
greatest.
He's
I've-
the unicorn. Like, there's no one even remotely like him.
He was there when Ari drugged me. He came and saved my life. He came.
saved
He
your
came.
life.
He
Jesus,
pumped
this
his
is getting
stomach.
dramatic.
He just
stole the
no,
other
no.
Molly.
I was having
He stole the other Molly.
No, this is the best Joey Diaz story. He goes, I call him up. I'm having a panic attack. I go, Joey, Ari just drugged me. He's like, I'll be there in 5, cocksucker. Walks through the house. He goes, Mrs. K, don't come out back. Bad shit's happening out there. comes out and goes, what's going on, cocksuckers? I go, Ari just drugged me. And he goes, let me see it. Ari pulls out the other Molly. Joey takes it, eats it, and goes, we're all seeing the devil's dick tonight, cocksucker. No one's dying on my watch. If you die, I die. We're all dying. He's the fucking best.
We're all seeing the devil's dick tonight.
He's the best.
He's the funniest human being
I'll buy
I've
a
ever
house
met.
with Joey in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the ways to do it. I think
Get a comedy condo.
make it.
can you buy
no,
a
I'm legitimately thinking about that. I've been thinking about that anyway because I've been thinking about doing a studio in downtown Austin with a view because there's apartments that have a view. And if you could do a studio in an apartment out there, you could have nighttime podcasts right after doing a comedy show.
Drunk cast.
So you do a show at the comedy, just like we used to do at the Ice House.
Yeah.
So you do a
Finish
show
your show
at the mothership and then go straight up to the condo, which is like 3 minutes away.
Dude,
I'm
we should do that.
gonna.
It makes sense, right?
We should do that.
I'm gonna
That's rad.
problem solve this. And after doing now, I think 7 sets in this couple days at your club. I think that's a horrible idea. The amount of freedom that is at your club, the amount of free speech at your club
They'll come
is
right out
so
there.
dangerous. Yesterday, I went up and I was like, wait, I didn't realize I can say anything I want.
You should have seen his face light up. He's like, what are those bags on everybody's tables?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you didn't know?
I didn't know. And,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was like, wow, Shane Gillis is really taking some chances.
He's
and then
about how communism's good.
Yeah. Pol Pot was a god. And so I got up. I was hosting and then did an hour at the end of the show. Well, we did like 3 hours at the end of the show.
We did a long time
But
together.
wild shit. But I didn't realize you can say whatever you want. You really can just take chances.
Yeah.
So I felt like I wasn't doing my due diligence as a comic. So I wrote the worst joke I could think of, like just insider joke, just like a. I was just and it did well, and I was like, fuck. This is crazy.
You want to take that energy up to that studio and do a podcast.
And then I get off your thing and I'm talking wild, and then I go up to yours and I'm like, you know what about Hitler? Here's the deal. His dad wasn't a bad guy.
He came from good people.
He came because he was a beekeeper. You know that, Joe. You interviewed a beekeeper.
I did interview a vegan. I basically interviewed almost every walk of life, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, how many episodes have you done now?
2000.
Wow.
2093.
Yeah, and then there's the Fight Companions, which is like 100 and how many of those?
There's probably 60 to 70 of those and
I did one of those.
153 MMA shows.
Yeah, so that's another 200.
What's your worst one?
I don't think I have a lot of bad ones.
Oh wow,
have
we
some
can
bad
go
ones.
around and nail our stinkers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, the
interviewed-
early ones definitely I sucked at it.
No, you didn't. That
That's
was when it was wild.
It was wild.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
but
so
I mean, you
outlawed.
just but if you're having conversations with people, you're not good at like facilitating the conversation, especially if you're talking to a scientist and you're trying to get as much information into as many people's minds as possible. It's if there's any confusion about what they're saying, you have to know when to interrupt them or when to lay back or when to you got to bookmark like a thought like
yeah.
I don't want to interrupt, but I got to bookmark this because I got to understand what do you mean exactly
Yeah, you're
by
good.
that.
You're good at saying that. Wait. That wasn't clear to me. Can you say that? Like,
Yeah.
make that clear to me. I'm not
But you
sure.
can't pretend you understand something if you don't. You know, you have to. You have to just like you're almost like a cattle herder a little bit for the conversation. You're just kind of trying to keep the conversation. You're trying to let it flow as much as possible, but you're also trying to like you have to interact with it. Like so, you have to figure out like what am I not absorbing about this.
Do you feel like there's somebody looking back that you understood the least? In other words, you were like, fuck, I don't get what is going on, no matter how hard I try.
Yeah.
Simulation theory is the big one. Because I had this conversation with what was that gentleman? Remember we had he was.
I was hoping it was a subject I'd understand.
It's
like swimming.
it's about probability theory.
Probability
And
theory?
Yeah. So what his argument was like simulation theory.
Nick Bostrom.
That's it. Thank you.
That's what I thought.
He's brilliant, brilliant guy. But when we're having this conversation, he was talking about simulation theory and saying that simulation theory, the idea that this whole thing we're experiencing is just a simulation, because of probability theory, because of the probability of extraterrestrial civilizations, just given the amount of planets that are out there, the amount of time that has gone on, this is an inevitable thing that's going to happen. and that it's probably already happened.
That it's probable that this is a simulation?
If it's not, it's going to happen, and it probably already has. The idea through
That we're in the first
I know
run of
if
a
you're
billion runs is
if you're a real
ridiculous.
expert, salute.
Oh, let's finish it.
I know I'm butchering this, but I believe the concept in layman's terms is that given the sheer number of planets that probably have intelligent life, and given the amount of time, if they can develop technology to the point where we have, and then further on to the point where you literally create some sort of a simulation that all time and all experiences exist in. And that this was something that was possible through technology eventually. And if you look at all these planets, and you look at the direction that human beings are going, you look at how far our technology has progressed in a relatively short period of time, it's inevitable, give it 1,000 years, 10,000 years from now, if we don't blow the Earth up, we will have a simulation theory that's indiscernible from the reality you're experiencing right now. And that may be how life is experienced sometime in the future when we integrate with computers.
Wow.
That might be like one step into that integration.
Wow.
So yeah, having that conversation
Yeah.
is like, what?
That also gives you, I think you might have a better perspective than people when you when you really break down how brilliant some people are. Like
Yeah.
the scale, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're all of like moderate intelligence, and you go like, oh, you can understand these things. Like I can have this conversation with you. No. And then, you meet people who are notably not there, and then people who are
Look at you
existing
like,
on looking
like
at
an
are you a
idiot.
child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, those people are really operating on another wavelength, right?
Who
It's almost
simulates
like,
them?
Like
it's just like athletes.
athletic. I was about to
Yeah.
say it's like athletic ability. There's
Yeah.
some people who you go, holy shit, you have
Yeah.
a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, like just dunk it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Well,
What?
there's some people that are just, I mean, we've all met guys that don't even work out, and they're just ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
They just have superior genetics.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, there's a lot of folks like that are just country strong.
The guy that'll do the tomahawk dunk in jeans, and you're like,
What the fuck?
What's happening?
It doesn't even work out. You know,
You
guy-
mean Cam Hayes' children run marathons in jeans?
Yeah.
They're
At
like
lunch.
they're different. They're different
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I-
And his
I-
other son's a ranger.
Yeah. They're,
Yeah. I mean,
I
there's
sat with Cam-
different,
yeah.
different humans.
that D1 body where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is different.
Well, Cam's dad was an athlete too.
really
hardcore
Yeah.
runner. His book is amazing.
I think Cam's, wasn't he a jumper?
I,
What did he do? He was
Cam's so modest.
He was
too.
like a very high level athlete. His father was.
Cam's modest as shit about.
He's so modest.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, you're like, how the fuck? He's like, well, you just gotta.
You know what, man?
Get
That
that
guy
run
is always
started.
tired.
Is he? I hope so.
Fall asleep at dinner
He wants-
tables.
but I mean, that's why he's like so chill.
Yeah.
He's conserving energy. Knows this to run 18 miles
Bet
in
he
the morning.
sleeps like a baby though. Huh?
Oh, I bet he sleeps like a brick.
I think he's
bet
like
so.
I think he's Christian, so then he doesn't
He is.
worry about death.
He
He just
never
goes,
masturbates.
I get to go to
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah.
His shoes. Have you run with his shoes?
what are we doing over here?
Those shoes are great.
They're the- I wanted to put a post out or a post out today because they're that good.
Oh, they're great. They're
But
excellent.
he
And they
has
look
his own
cool.
brand of shoes.
So Cam was sponsored for a long time
Jesus.
Come
by
on, Jamie.
Under Armour. And then he went for a second, tried out Solomon, and then he said, fuck it, I'm just going to make mine. I think he has his own clothing brand, but he's doing his very own shoe. And when you get a motherfucker that can run like he does, who develops technology and the shit that makes him comfortable, this shoe is amazing.
Oh, wow.
These boa laces
And it's
keep
got
your heel in place.
Blood splattered on it.
Yeah.
From a
Oh,
broken
that's blood.
tail.
That's